Hey everyone, it's What's New at Center Diamond this week, and again we have a whole bunch. A few new boutiques, more Henhouse that snuck in, two coastal groups, one from Art Gallery, which is really cool, and one from Andover. Lots of canvases, two Ruby Stars, and the rest of them from my Japanese distributor. Some of them are canvas, some of them not, but I'll point it out when I get there. So we're going to start with our Wacky Kitties. This is what I used for our video, and this is 100% cotton, and it is a canvas. So a creamy background and wide-eyed orange kitties all the way across. This is D120, and the cost on this one is $14.95. Not too bad in the scheme of things these days. And then we have our Wacky Frog. Frogs are sort of our Portland frog, so this is why I bought it. I thought it was kind of fun. Same creamy background, green frog, and that is D121 and $14.95. Then we have this really cool graphic, like big dots on a background overlapping. They're not lined up or anything, with this little bit of color showing through, but hopefully you can see in the dot is textured. It almost, like when I walk in the door and look at it, it almost looks like it's chenille, but of course it's not. It's just flat, but it does look like there's a texture to it. This is again a canvas, a heavier weight, and I'm just going to look real quick to see if I can tell. It doesn't say. It feels like there's maybe a little linen in here. D122, $17.50 a yard. Maybe there's a little linen in there given that price. So love this sort of burnt gold color, really pretty. And then we have another one, that same thing, only it's the black, same texture in here with just the cream background. And that is D123, also $17.50. Then we have big dots, red background, big white dots, and this is, I believe, 100% cotton. Doesn't feel like this is 7-berry, and I don't feel like there's any linen in there. D124, $15.25. Fun to have dots. We always love dots. They're very whimsical. And then we also have them in sort of black and white. This is definitely more of a white than a cream, and that is D125, also $15.25. And then we have Family Crest. This one is regular cotton sheeting. This is not a canvas on this one. And this one is definitely, so it has these sort of family crests. They're very Japanese, obviously. Black with definitely tan. This is not white. It's not natural. It is a tan. And that is D126. This is $14.50 a yard. And again, this one is not canvas. This is like regular cotton sheeting. And this one is bunnies. I'm going to feel this one to see. This is more like a regular cotton. So we have bunnies. The background looks like a linen texture. We've got the bunnies with some little dots that have some sort of a aqua little clamshell kind of a thing, with some dots that have a little bit of red in that same clamshell. And the bunnies are in natural. And that is D127. And it looks like the bunnies are not directional. They're going every which way. And this one is $15.75 a yard. And then this one is definitely canvas. We have a light blue background with curled up kitties, all different kind of kitties. And then we also have this little bunch of flowers here and there, almost looks like Queen Anne's lace kind of a thing. And the kitties are in tans, whites, and this gray, curled up in a ball, like kitties do. D128. This is $14.75, 100% cotton canvas. And then last on the Japanese stuff is this Japanese fish. This is definitely sheeting. This is definitely regular cotton, also from 7-berry. And the fish are in the red, navy blue, and then this lighter aqua, and a sort of a creamy natural background. And that is D129, and it's $14.50 a yard. So those are the Japanese ones. Then Ruby Star has done their, I'm sure you've already seen it. I'm a little late showing this one to you. They've done their speckle in I think there's about 8 of them, maybe 9 of them, in cotton canvas. Sorry, not cotton canvas, sorry. In canvas. This one has metallic on it. And it is, I have to remind myself, 70% cotton, 30% linen. And so it has the little metallic on it. This is their sort of the beautiful teal way. And it's $17.95 a yard, D130. I got this color, and I did the bright fuchsia color. This one also still has the metallic on it. It's exactly the same as the regular cotton that they have in this one, but it's on their linen mochi that they do. D131, $17.95. Look gorgeous on a bag. And then we have Coastal Walk by Andover. These are $14.85. These are coastal, kind of. They have a coastal feel to them. White background, an aqua, like little flowers or eggs, depending on how you look at it. I don't know either. Little kind of a sprig that they're on in sort of a gold color. And this is D132. This line is $14.85. So there's that color. And then we have this little all over in that sort of aqua color, I guess you'd call this, with little sprigs that could be coral, could be kelp, that kind of thing. And so it's a tonal, D133 for this one. And then this little guy is like little sprigs, same color, little sprigs of coastal grass, also in that same color, and also reads like a tonal. This one is directional. The grass is definitely running the length of the fabric. Yeah, length, I had that right. D134 on this one. And then they did this little piece that's white with gray that looks kind of like netting. It's good general background on this piece, D135 for this guy. And then we have a little wave. This one's in more of a periwinkle blue. I don't know why they didn't do it in the same aqua, but it is really cute. It's a little wave that looks like a little ocean thing going on. D136 for this one. And last, they've done like a little clamshell, only it's in a box running diagonally across the fabric. And this is like a darker, almost not navy blue, kind of a navy blue on white. And that is D137. That's Coastal Walk from Andover. That's that group. And then we have, what's this one called? Gulf Breeze, is that right? Yeah, Gulf Breeze from Art Gallery. So we have a little scenic here with some turtles, some corally, kelpy stuff, shells, a little starfish, and there's some cute jellyfish over here too. They're very cute. White background on this one, and these little scenics kind of run as kind of stripey across the fabric. So there's turtles and jellyfish, and the little scenic. So very much turquoise and this sort of corally color in there on white, D138. This is $15.50 a yard. And then this one goes with, brings in that brighter orange. There's sort of a crackly background on this one, so it's not just plain white like the other one. And then the shells are running stripishly, sort of stripish in a wave across selvage to selvage. So that same dark blue is in there, that lighter coral and the darker orange, and then this sort of aqua color. So very cute shells, and it's kind of nice that it's not on a straight up white background. That sort of crackly orange color is in there, or that coral color. D139, $15.50. And then they did the sort of kelpy look, white background, and the kelp's in the aqua, darker blue, and then there's a little bit of green that's filtering through there. D140 for that one. And then they have, hopefully you'll be able to see this. It's that orange color that's in there, and these are little sand dollars that are sprinkled across in white. So it is a tonal, it's reading as that orange, but if you look closely, there are sand dollars in there. D140 on that one. And then this one, again, they're going for netting. So it looks like netting. It's that brighter coral, aqua color that's in there, or turquoise color that's in the main piece with the turtles, D142. So that is Gulf Breeze from Art Gallery, $15.50 a yard. And then I showed you Henhouse. Oh, I forgot to check. I think it was last week or the week before, I think. Some more stragglers came in. We have overall chickens on blue with some red highlights and then white and black. And the chickens are not directional, which is nice. D143, this is the blue one. And then, of course, I got it in red as well. So red background, and the highlight color is really black and white on this one. For the little hens, D144, these are $14.50. And then also the little flowers. This very much looks 40s, which is I think what the group is going for. There's the flowers in that sort of soft buttery yellow, and then that same blue and red that's in there on a white background. Oh, there's green in there too. D145 for $14.50. And an overall tonal with white and red flowers that go with it as well. D146. Look back, I can't remember if it was last week or not, or if it was a week before, but the rest of the Henhouse came in already. So $14.50. Okay, and a few Riley Blake batiks. We've got big swirls on bright aqua with lighter aqua and green highlights. D147. That's $13.25. Same motif on white with the waves are in lighter turquoise with some highlights of some limey green and some sagey green up here. D148. Then we have some bright flowers on an orange mottled background with highlights in purples and periwinkles. And this very bright one, which is fun, D149. And then a green tonal in Colored Time, a turtleback look, only kind of larger, larger than most turtlebacks would be, but we like that. I don't have any turtleback right now. D150, also $13.25. And last but not least, I got a little bit of Tula in True Colors in the Hexies. This will do some wacky things to your eyes. So the Hexies run across the fabric and the color changes in the Hexies. You know, turquoise, green, yellow, orange, red, purple, turquoise, then it repeats back on itself. So D151, and that's $15.95 because it's Tula. And then last is artichokes. Again, I brought in this artichoke in white that we've used on our artichoke canvas, which we also still have. There's little highlights of metallic in there. So this one, instead of being on white, and I do still have the white, is the sage background. Looks beautiful for a lining for that artichoke canvas that I have. That's D152, and it is $16.50 from Rifle Paper and RJR. That is it for this week. Oh my gosh. I'll see you next week, Thursday at 4:30. Give us a call if you've got any questions, 888-305-0854. We'll see you next week.